Greetings and salutations once again, fellow YouTubers, and of course, all the members of the Old School Losers Club. Now, what I want to conversate to all of you today about, which is the latest bullshittiness going on in Hollywood. We went through remakes and corrupt asshole greedy movie studios and corporations. But the most thing, the true problem in Hollywood, which is really important to talk about, is ageism. Now, I'm not alone on this subject. This is actually a dual rant. I'm doing it with one of the latest members of the Old School Losers Club, a very great guy. His YouTube name is DLFproductions.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dan of DLFproductions doing a dual rant with wildmanbeyond. And this dual rant is about Hollywood and its ageism. What is ageism, for those who don't really know what that means? Well, here's the thing. It means Hollywood being assholes and not being fair to the fucking older action stars. You're probably thinking, exactly how? Well, let's see, because you got guys like Stallone, you have... That's the only guy I can think of at the moment, sadly. Oh, Clint Eastwood, my bad. And what do these guys get? They get shit on by people who think they know a fucking thing because they're old. They're too old to be doing action films. Well, guess what? I don't fucking think so. I don't think they're too old to do action films. And it's beyond me why people would say that. I know Clint Eastwood's like in his 80s or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But guess what? He might be fucking around that age. He might be freaking old. But guess what? He could still do it, no matter how old he is. But what personally pisses me off the most, besides that, is that one day in school, I was mentioning something about Sylvester Stallone doing another Rambo, or whatever. And this kid in my class, I got nothing against him, but he pisses me off at a certain point when he says something that makes me want to fucking wring his neck. Is the fact, is he a little too old? He shouldn't be doing it. I just looked at him like, you're never too fucking old for an action film. Since when does age gotta do with anything in Hollywood? What, you gotta be young and buff and stupid to do a fucking action film? At least those guys back in the day, at least they can act. At least those action stars knew how to act. What about today's generation? Where the fuck is guys like Arnold? What, he's too busy being governor of California, so he's too busy for that. Leaving little hints of fuck you on the side of the letter. And freaking, yes, I know he's old too, but I would like to see Arnold back in the film. When I mentioned Bruce Willis to the same kid, he said, he's getting too old. And I'm like, you know what? No, fuck you. Fuck you. I mean, Bruce Willis is my personal favorite action star. That and Sylvester Stallone and Arnold. Those are the guys. And you got guys like Dolph Lundgren, I know Van Damme, I know you're thinking, why is those guys coming in? They ain't that old. Well, they're getting close to that age, like around their 50s. They're getting there. I know Dolph Lundgren's already right in his 50s, already in his 50s. And I know Van Damme's pushing 50. But it really gets on my nerves is when people say that you have to be a fucking young, up-and-coming guy to do an action film. There has not been one decent action film in over a decade. Well, there has been, but I can't remember the last time they actually made a decent action film. Maybe I'm losing it, because I don't even know what the fuck is going on with these people, and it really sickens me. This is what they're doing. And these guys, they've been doing it for years. They're professionals. And it really saddens me that they don't get enough freaking, I don't know what the hell's the right word for it, that they don't get enough from people get enough credit like they used to because they're too old for their age. Well, guess what? These old guys that you claim, these old farts, These old farts will fuck you up. Heck, if I were to say that to Sylvester Stallone, he'd probably rip my goddamn throat out just for calling him that. He might be in his 60s, but he'll fuck my ass up. And believe me, he's good for that shit. He'll pull a freaking Rambo and throw an arrow, hit me with an arrow, or freaking just pull a good, fast throat rip. It just isn't right. I mean, I know Clint Eastwood's at that point where he needs to retire, but you know what? I don't care. That guy can still do movies. I mean, he can't run around and freaking do crazy stunt stuff, but that guy can kick your ass. You know, he's old, but he'll still probably kick your ass. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I know he has not been looking too buff like he used to. I'm not trying to make fun of the guy, I could be wrong, but he hasn't looked too buff. I mean, he still is, but in the one picture they showed him on the internet, where his muscles are all flabby, like he got all flabby, like he doesn't even have... But I'm like, that's not about that. It's not about that. It's just guys like that, they get their shit because of their age. And if that's the case, how come Rambo did pretty well with the fans? Us fans. And only 2 guys in my class said that movie was horrible. You know what? Go suck it. You know what? I know it's an opinion. I shouldn't really make a big deal of it. People have their opinions. That's cool. If they don't like it, if they thought it was terrible, and that's in their mind. And one kid made a big shit out of it. I know it. And I know Wildman's told me not to do this, but I'm only going to throw this in once. Just to tell you, just to show you how fucking stupid people gotta be. Rambo, the 4th installment, which Sylvester Stallone kindly showed that he's never too old to do an action film still. And this is a perfect example. Rambo, he blows people away left and right. And what pisses me off is this one kid in my class, supposedly who knows shit about guns, like, I really give a fuck. That's big. Good for you. Good for you, pal. Good for you. But this is a fucking movie. And he's telling me, oh, it's not so realistic. Since when does this gun blow? No, shut the fuck up. Okay? Since when does everything gotta be realistic? It's a fucking movie. Just turn off your brain and enjoy it. That's what I did. And I didn't mind the story at all. And he said, oh, it made no sense. You know what? Go put it, no, not just put 1 dick. You know, put 10 dicks in your mouth and smile. You know, that's not good enough. And you know, and for Hollywood, who thinks these guys are too old to be doing this shit, you could put 1 dick up your ass, 1 dick in your mouth, rip the eyes out of your sockets, and put 2 dicks in your skull, in your sockets, so they can skull fuck you. Okay? Those guys should be getting that for fucking around with shit like they think they know better.